So, you've gotten every achievement in Dragon's Dogma, and now you're looking to conquer the speedrun mode. It may seem daunting at first, but it is not as bad as it may appear. It takes a good bit of Portcrystal placement and a little bit of item knowledge and tech knowledge. With this video, I will be showing off my Portcrystals that I use for my speedrun and explaining them. I hope that this will help encourage some more people give speedrun mode a chance. We will start with North Face Forest and Hillfigure Knoll, where you can place a Portcrystal right outside of the den that the Dragon Forged resides in. When you're doing speedrun mode and you do the Cipher quest, you will end up going into the cutscene with the Fool and immediately going inside to see the Dragon Forged. We follow that up with a Portcrystal at the Shadow Fort. This is to allow us to immediately go into the Shadow Fort and actually shoot the soldier that is in the Shadow Fort to, unfortunately, fail the quest, but save us a bit of time on the run. This will be shown in a different video, so for now, just trust me on this one. Third, we have a Portcrystal at the trigger for the Cockatrice quest. It has to be within a very specific area, and when you port here, while that quest is active, you will immediately trigger the cutscene of the soldier running to you from Grand Soren, telling you to return to Grand Soren. Just try to make sure the placement on this one is good and play around with it a little. It is very finicky. Next, we will port to Barta Crags, right outside of the Great Wall. This has two functions. The first is the most obvious, which is allowing us to get into the Great Wall quickly and easily. The second is to talk to this Rest Stop soldier for the Fornival quest. He has the shortest distance and the easiest path to get to versus any other inn, so that you may rest 5 times and skip Fornival's trial. The next Portcrystal I do have to adjust a bit myself, but it has a very important placement. I am still deciding where I should place it myself. However, it is meant to be a quicker access to the soldier when you are doing the Griffin Bane quest. This way you can port right out after talking to Aldous, talk to the soldier, and then you will be able to actually port away from here and skip the run up to the Griffin. That port will be considered in Moonshower Cliffs. I set mine specifically so that I will spawn next to a goblin that I can defeat instantly and pick up to use as griffin bait. You can spawn in, immediately do a light attack, grab the goblin, and it is a short run straight to where you can throw it for the griffin. This will make the quest go by much quicker, but there is a trick with the griffin that will be discussed again in another video. There are going to be 2 Portcrystals on my file in Dios Hills. The first one is for Pride Before a Fall. When you port to this after talking to Mercedes, upon accepting the quest from Aldous, you will be thrown into the cutscene that has Mercedes and Julian duking it out. You will spawn behind Julian, so all you have to do is light attack him a couple times until he is defeated. The next 2 Granzis Portcrystals are for very specific things. The front gate is used for the prison skip. You can put the Portcrystal a little closer, which I intend to fix for myself to save a couple seconds. You have to be careful about it if you are someone that spams the button to take or enter an area, because you can pick up the Portcrystal and lose a bit of time. The second Granzis Portcrystal that may seem a bit odd that I am also going to fix is specifically for the Honor and Treachery quest for fighting the Cockatrice to get into the lower section of Grand Soren as quickly as possible. This is to be used only after you have triggered the cutscene from the Kobold Coast. And again, it's merely here for convenience and to save time. And my final Portcrystal is again in Deos Hills. This is for getting rid of my pawn after first arriving in Grand Soren. The pawns can make the run act a little funny, so you generally try to grab them as soon as you spawn and throw them immediately. I waited just for a little bit of a demonstration there. Now, we are going to move on to items that I would recommend for the run. These are only recommendations and you do not have to use them. The first item I'm going to recommend are Liquid Vim. These make sure you don't lose stamina for a period of time after using them. This is very important for a couple of the Strider techs. The second is Near Dupart, acquired from the Kina questline. I would recommend a minimum of 40 because these are used for the Ox Cart and for the York Mira. If you are playing Strider, blast arrows are overpowered. Plain and simple, they will make it so that you're able to one-shot pretty much anything. The same with Conqueror's Periaps. I take 12, you can take much more than that, but it's to ensure one-shots on a few monsters. The Maker's Finger is required to instantly kill Grigori and not have to do his sequence at all. The Eternal Fairy Stone is obviously for porting around on the crystals you have placed. The Worm King's Ring Forgery is for skipping the Worm King Ring quest. You can immediately turn it over to Aldous. You'll need at least 19 Wake Stones, 20 if you are not going to play Strider and just jump down the Everfall. And Skeleton Keys you will need at least 10 of for the Prison Skip glitch. So, I will be addressing the rest of this in the next video for you.